Hi guys, welcome to COMI 261 Online. This video is an orientation slash navigation process slash what you need to expect and where you need to go to complete everything for this course with being while being very successful. So my name is Joel. I'll be your instructor for this semester, and we'll jump into Blackboard automatically where everything pretty much that you need to accomplish will be in there. So as soon as you log into Blackboard, the first thing you'll see, as you see in this video, is an announcement, stuff that I need to state, that I need to get hold of you, comments, etc. will go there. So as you can see with this one, it tells you to click on Getting Started folder, which hopefully, as you guys are watching the video, that means you are in the right spot. Then from there, it tells you everything that you need to complete will be under Learning Module, Learning Units folder, which you'll have different modules and units that you'll need to go through. And one more thing before we continue is I need you to complete this e-learning address and consent release form. So you just click on it on the link that I provided and then fill in the blanks, and then when you're done just click on confirm, and that's pretty much what it is. So that's pretty much an information a consent for the e-learning to get hold of you as needed. Next thing you need to do is go on the discussion board and then introduce yourself. Introduction, it tells you post your name, the class, why are you taking this class, it's probably a requirement for your degree, what is the degree you're going for, what's the plan after you finish your degree. Are you moving to a four-year institution, transferring automatically, or are you going to try to find a job and then from there continue your education? Then anything that you would like to share about yourself, not related to school, anything that you do interesting outside. I did post an introduction of myself. It is not an obligation. You will not get points for it, so it's not an extra credit to read it. If you would like to do so, please feel free to go and view it. Peer Help is basically a forum that I created for you guys to utilize every time you have a question in anything related to the course, to the assignments themselves. So post it here before you get hold of me. Why? Because number one, it will help the other students. If they did not realize it, they might have the same issue. Number two, I want the other students to post a possible answer, and I'll be monitoring that on a daily basis. So if I see someone not answering or a question not being answered, then I will get in and try to answer it. It's just a way of communication to help you folks be there when it's needed, or other people that might think about something that you might not thought of or something like that. So please, any question, any problem you might have, get into help peers help first, post it. Then if nobody answers, then if someone answers the answer is wrong, then I'll be able to join in. Syllabus and schedule. So the first thing is we're going to go over the syllabi. So if you open it, first thing tells you the course, distance learning, my name, office 2320, which is located in the technology building, the RDC building, second floor. I'm located in the same row where photography classes and electronics classes are located. My office hours are available out there, and the best way to get hold of me is via email. I check my email 7 days a week. Now, when you send an email, the only request I have for me to get back to you ASAP, in the subject title, please type in there COMI 261 WW01. I'll know it's from a student. I'll know it's urgent. I need to get back to the student. I receive a lot of junk mail, which sometimes 99% of the time, if I don't see the subject that relates to a student, I do not open them. I do not look at them. I usually select them and delete immediately. So if you send me an email and you did remember to put COMI 261 in the subject title and I did not reply within 24 hours, please, at the start of the next 24 hours, shoot me an email again. Keep harassing me until you get an answer from me. So like that, in any cases, even if I do not have an answer for you, I'm not sure what the answer is for your question, I will reply. I will still reply. You will still get a reply from me telling you, hey guys, I got your message, we'll get back to you. Then don't stress about it. You're good to go. You're fine. Nothing to worry about. Then from there, description of the course. You'll need 2 textbooks. They are needed 100%. This concept of database management is needed immediately. Why? Because that's what the first half of the semester will be based on this textbook. The second half of the semester will be based on a guide to SQL. So you definitely need to get this one ASAP if you don't have it already. Why? Because you'll see in a sec, we'll jump into the meat and potatoes immediately. Week one, you'll have a couple chapters that you need to complete and review. Chapter one is just a overview, like a review, and chapter two is where you'll have to do some stuff that you'll need to complete. But if you don't have them, you need to get them ASAP. A guide to SQL definitely will help you to even complete the assignments of the first one, but is not needed until the second half of the semester. Course description, class expectations, I'll leave that to you. I'm not going to waste your time for you to listen to me talking about it. Please read them. If you have any question, let me know. Attendance is for financial aid purposes only. If you do have financial aid, you must complete attendance once a week, and that is between Tuesday, which is our first day of the semester, September 4th, and you have until Monday night, 11:59 p.m. to complete for each week. So week two will start next Tuesday, so the second Tuesday after the first day of our semester, and that will be done on a weekly basis. It's just a simple question that you have to click on, yes, I'm present for the week, and that's pretty much what it is. If you do not have financial aid, you're paying out of pocket or other means, and you don't care about financial aid, you don't have to get attendance done. It's not an obligation. Assignments, you'll have assignments, tests, quizzes, and a project that you'll need to complete during the semester. Grade, the usual. And by the way, all the assignments are in Blackboard. Grading items, you'll have assignments of 400, quizzes 150, test 2 of them, a midterm and a final, and then you'll have a project, so a total of 850 points. Due dates, on a weekly basis you have due dates, so the first assignment will open on September 4th, and it'll be due before the end of the week, which is that Monday that follows 11:59 p.m. That's when you'll need to upload your work at the Blackboard. Late policies, I do not accept late work, except if you have a serious issue. Please get hold of me ASAP. Need documentation, we'll get that approved, and we can work something out. But if you tell me you just forgot it, unfortunately there's nothing you can do about it, as it'll be unfair for the rest of the class that worked their butt off to get it done on time and turn it in. Withdraw, NS grade, hopefully that won't be a case. If you have any question about financial aid, please get hold of the financial aid department. Incomplete will not be given to the class. Cheating, hopefully that will not be a problem. Now this is the stuff that you guys need to be careful about. Concepts of database management textbook, we'll be covering chapter 1 and 2. The first week you'll have assignment that you'll need to complete and a quiz. As you can see, there is no discussion questions. I've decided to remove the discussion questions at this point, just so you get more time to spend on the assignments themselves and the readings. As you can see, week 2 will have 2 chapters also. Week 3, 4, and 5, you'll have only 1 chapter to cover. Week 6, you'll have your first test, which is based on this textbook, which is Concepts of Database Management. Now, the second part of the semester, we'll start using Guide to SQL textbook, and we'll be completing a chapter a week, and you'll have a project probably by week 6. That's when I'll assign you your project that you'll need to work on, and you'll have probably half of the semester to get it done. As you can see, the project is due on December 15th, and your test 2, which will be based on Guide to SQL textbook, which will be also due on December 17th before 11:59 p.m. So I strongly recommend either you making a copy of this date, saving it putting the dates in your calendar on your smartphone, your tablets, finding a way to keep track of these dates, because that's how you'll make sure that you're not missing any of the work. Title IX funding eligibility, Disability Act. Please, if you qualify for any of these, contact Disability Services in the Pro Building, and they will tell you what to do, and you'll need to get hold of me as soon as possible so you can provide you the proper accommodation. Tutoring, I do not believe there is tutors available for this class yet. If you need help, you'll need to contact the Learning Center, and they will be able to see what can be done in that case. If you have any personal issues or problems, please contact the MCC care team. They're specialized professional folks that can provide any help that you might need. And then let's see, student responsibilities. 2 things that I always request from you guys. 1, Please keep track of Blackboard announcements. If I need to get hold of you, that's where I'll post something that I forgot to tell you, or I need you to accomplish or get done, and etc. And check your emails. Your Mott email, not personal. I don't have access to them, and I will not email you your personal email. I will only use your Mott email to send any information. So as you can see, a disclaimer at the end, if there's any change to the syllabus, which you never know, it's possible I might add an assignment, I might remove one, I might change something, quizzes, second part of the semester I might add discussion questions based on how the class is going. If any of those happen, I will update the syllabus, I will upload the syllabus, the new one, in Blackboard, I will post an announcement, and I will send you an email in regards to the update. So these are the ways I will connect with you guys and communicate with you guys. Now there's also a schedule in an Excel sheet, which is basically the dates for the assignments that you guys have that you need to accomplish. I put them in an Excel sheet. Some people like them. It's easy for them to put a note next to that hey, I completed this assignment, I need to work on this. As you will see in a sec, you're not going to have only one assignment to complete at a time, meaning I will open multiple assignments ahead of time. So like that, the folks that are, have a free week or something, they can jump into and work on stuff that they need to accomplish. Attendance, as I stated, it's basically just a survey. You click on week 1 attendance, click on begin, and then from there you'll need to click on yes, I am present for the week, save and submit, good to go, done. That's it. That's pretty much it for this. Now learning units. There's 2 modules. Module 1, which is concept of database management textbook, and there's another one, module 2, which I'll open at the later time, which will be related to the SQL textbook. Databases needed, that's for your assignments to complete. These are the Access databases that you'll need to utilize to complete your assignments using in relation to to the first textbook. And there's the SQL databases, which we'll use also in the second textbook, which is your TAL and Colonial databases. And if we go under learning units, the first one, you see module 1, there is unit 1, 2, and 3. So I opened 3 different units for you guys to jump into and start working on it, and they're all pretty much based on the same. So you have a lesson plan, what you'll be learning, the objectives, what I'd recommend for you to review and get done. You can see here you have the PowerPoint slides. After you read your chapter, you go through the PowerPoint slides, which are also very helpful. A quiz, do not start the quiz until you are good to go. So the quiz is based on chapter 1 and 2 and consists usually of 10 questions, 5 or 10 questions based on the quiz itself that you need to answer. You'll have 5 or 10 minutes to answer them. As you can see here, look, I'm allowing you even to go ahead and cheat a little bit. So an advantage of using the database approach to processing is that it facilitates consistency. These questions are out of your textbook, out of your chapter. So true. There is a greater impact of failure in a non-database file-oriented system, etc., etc. When you're done, save and submit, and you're good to go. That's basically what you'll have to get done for the quiz. Now you go from there. Unit 1 assignment, it tells you what you need to accomplish, and I'll show you another way also of legally cheating for the first question basically for every assignment. I'm giving you the answer key. That's free, my free bonus for every assignment that you guys will accomplish from now until the end of the semester. So folks will not ask me, hey, can we have extra credit? So what I want you to complete for unit 1, from chapter 1 and 2, you'll be completing the TAL distributor exercise. That's what we'll use with the first textbook, and that's what we'll use with the second textbook. So the assignments are all based on a database called TAL distributors. If you look in your textbook, chapter 1, you'll see that it discusses that. Now there's another one called Colonial that you guys will be able to utilize as a practice. Colonial is a different type of database, but the assignments are very similar. So if I was you, I'll go through that, try to accomplish them, because I'm also giving you the answer key of those questions. Now, here, how do I answer these questions? If you look here, the first question, I'm giving you the answer key. So look at the first question in your textbook. Okay, the first chapter will pretty much using Access. Few times we'll use Access, like we use SQL in Access. So you open Access and then run SQL Those are the only, like, maybe not even 1% of the assignments. The rest of them, you type them in a Word document. Okay, so the answer key for the first question right there, that's how you type it. You go to question 2. You don't have to type the questions themselves. Just give me the answer. So question 1, okay, that shows you question 1, then question 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. If you look at the chapter 2, complete the toll distributor exercise, the QBE. I'm telling you which page it is located on in your textbook. Same thing, an example of an answer. This is the actual answer, so use that. It's I'll give you 3 points for it. That's how you'll answer it. Okay, so if you see like for example a dash, it's because it's a word that's an example of how do I answer it. So it tells you what you'll need to show me is add the customer table to the query design window, include the customer number and the customer name fields in the design grid, and do not include any criteria. That's how you answer them, and then you'll do the same thing. You can use this document, answer, right here, go to question 2, finish with that 3, finish with that 4, etc., until you're done with the questions. Do the same thing for this one. Okay, this is not how you answer it, all right? This is an example. So, and then you save your document somewhere on your desktop or anywhere you want, and then you go under unit 1 assignment Dropbox, and then just from there browse my computer, the usual. You guys know how to do that, and then attach, and then send it through Blackboard. Now here I have the review questions, Colonial and Solmaris exercises solution. So I even give you, because there's 3 different databases that you guys can use. TAL, which are all the assignments will accomplish, Colonial, which is the practice one, and Solmaris also, which is a third one. So if I was you, I'll just deal with Colonial, but I'm giving you the 3 of them just in case you guys want to play more with it, or you really enjoy doing it and stuff like that. So I strongly recommend that you try to do the review questions first, then compare them to your answer key right here. Then you go to Colonial, and that shows you that's how you guys will do also. So this is a perfect example as to how you have to answer the questions of your assignments for the TAL distributor. So it's pretty similar. So if you look at the assignment at the end of the chapter, they're very similar to each other. So right there shows you how to answer them. It shows you how to do also Solmaris, and then you go to chapter 2, same thing. And then you can see here Colonial Adventure. So add. So if you look at this and the assignment itself, it looks pretty much the same. So that's a very good way to make sure that, hey, I'm answering those the right way. So for example, third question asks you for whatever it is. So add in the grid, that's what you'll type. Include the trip name, distance, blah, 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 etc., etc. So that's how you guys will answer your questions for the assignments themselves. Then I have key terms that you guys can also use. They are helpful usually when you do the quizzes. Just terminology. You need to be comfortable with terminology when you use it. So it shows you what are the different things for chapter 1 and chapter 2. Just put those in there for you guys to utilize and go through the process. Then if we go back to unit 2, same process. What you'll need to do, you'll have your assignment, your quiz. So there's no discussion questions that you guys need to worry about at this point. Unit 3 will have chapter 5, which is one chapter that you'll need to accomplish. And then also I will open more the next week or so. I will open more units to cover all the chapters from this textbook. Also, you'll see later I will have a video in relation to the SQL developer, because you guys will need to have SQL developer from Oracle to download. You guys can start playing with it if you'd like to, but I will post more information later. So what I need is Oracle SQL developer download, and that's, you guys will need that to download and utilize for your assignments for your project, because we'll be using SQL. I'll have something for you guys later, so you do accept. I'll have videos on how to download that. Very simple. Utilize that depending on the computer that you guys are using. So if you're using a computer on home, a 64-bit, you'll use that, or a 32-bit. If you're using a Mac, if you're using a Linux station, what would you, depending on that. Also, if you'd like to use SQL Developer on campus, all the labs on campus will have the SQL available and installed, so you can come in and just utilize that there. But I will have more information on this in the next couple of weeks as to what you need to download, which one. I will find multiple resources on YouTube that actually applies, and you'll be able to go through that process and download it and utilize it that way. But that's not something that you'll need until the second half of the week of the semester, as the first half you're basically typing everything on a Word document, and you're using a couple times you'll be using Access, Microsoft Access. So you'll be using SQL in Access. So those are the few times you'll need an application. Other than that, you'll be using a Word document. Second half will be dealing with this. You'll be utilizing SQL on downloading that and creating an account, and the whole thing that needs to be accomplished. So at this point, once again, what you need to worry about is your assignment, your textbook that is called database concept of database management. That's the book that you need right now. The first 6 weeks, 7 weeks will be based out of textbook. Then the second half will be based on a guide to SQL. Please feel free to get hold of me as soon as possible if you have any question. Don't just stay there unsure as to what needs to be done, how you need to get it done. It should be hopefully a fun semester. I will also have more details about the project that you guys need to complete, which hopefully should be a piece of cake. Not a piece of cake in the meaning it's going to be hard or easy. It's not about that, but it'll be easy as it'll be a continuation of your assignments. So a few things that I want you to create for me at the end of the semester that shows that when you did all the assignments in SQL and you did them out of both textbooks, you understood what you're getting done. So hopefully having multiple units will allow the folks that want to work ahead of time to do so. Usually I open one unit at a time, but I'm trying something new. Hopefully that will help, because I know some of you guys have more classes, or some of you are working, and etc. We're getting close to the end of your degree. So at this point you're doing advanced classes. You'll have more options to start working on it and get some stuff done. I wish you a wonderful semester, very successful one. Please get hold of me if you have any questions, and good luck. Thank you guys.